welcome to a new video. This is the first test shot of this morning. I'm gonna try to do an exposure blending for today's shoot. We are in Germany and it's 4:30 in the morning and it's just 24 minutes before sunrise. I'm gonna pronounce the names as good as I can because I don't speak German. But today I'm photographing a small town here in cross of this river, on the other side of this river, and it's called Heinrich, I think. I will pop the name up here. So German people, if I don't pronounce it correctly, I'm very sorry. And what I'm trying to do here is I've set up the camera and I'm gonna try to make a time blending. So I'm gonna take a lot of photos in the next hour, and then with the sunrise, I hope it will be a beautiful sunrise because there's a big cloud coming toward us. So I hope it will not cover our sunrise this morning. I forgot to put on my microphone, so I hope the audio was still good. I hope it's good now. And when I was looking on the weather apps to shoot here in Germany, everything looked perfect until we arrived here. And every day we got some rain, and also now the clouds are coming in. It's on top of the mountain where we are sleeping. It was super misty. Very misty, they couldn't see anything on top of the mountain. And now the clouds are coming in from the left, and also on the right side we got a big cloud. So I don't know how this shoot is gonna turn out. In front of us we got this church here, but it's too bad that this church is not lit up. That was the thing that I wanted to do with the time blending. I wanted to blend in all the lights of the city or the small town. I'm always forgetting that word, the town. Now I'm just waiting for the natural light to lit up this little town, and hopefully the cloud here, it will not cover up all the light here. But maybe it can be something extra, to give something extra to this photo. That would also be super great. But if it's so early. And of course I was just doing some long exposures to get the water silky smooth, and then they decided to come into my frame. Hard working guys on the boat. I've got my circular polarizer and defilter on here, and it's set at 1 stop, and I got a timer for 1 minute to make the water smooth, and I'm just testing it out right now with you guys to see if it's any good. The flickering, it's my overexposure indicator. So the sky is now overexposed, so the sun is slowly rising, and you can also see it on my face. I got a little bit more light onto my face. We still got some clouds coming in here in the mountains, but for now I think I'm gonna take off my and defilter again and just shoot for the light and wait till we get some colors in the sky or some light on the landscape, I guess. Now when the boat is gone, it's pretty quiet out here, and super nice also. It's still about 20 minutes before we can get some light into the sky. I'm slowly hoping the clouds here will come in a little bit into the frame and also have the the sky lit up by the sun, and we got some colors on this side of the frame, and then the bigger clouds on the left side of this picture. This would be super cool. And maybe if we do a bit of a long exposure, then maybe we get some silky clouds coming into the frame. But in landscape photography, you never know what's gonna happen, so let's see and just wait. And we are getting some colors in the sky, so this is perfect. So I'm gonna spend some time shooting the colors in the sky, and also I just made an upload to Instagram I made a little reel, so if you saw that, super nice. Trying to do a longer exposure because this cloud is coming into the frame and I want to try to make it silky. But also here in between the mountains, the clouds are so colorful. Maybe it was a stupid move to try to do the time blending now, or the long exposure now, but man, it's so hectic. It's so relaxing, it's also hectic at the same time. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Gonna try that again, but a little less longer. I'm hectic. It's not in a hectic situation, but man, let's go. So I calculated with the photo pills app how long my exposure should be with 7 stops and defilter with it on it, and I got 51 seconds, but my sky was overexposed. So now I'm trying to do another one because the clouds, they were really silky in the sky. I got some silky clouds, got a lot of colors in the sky. 5 seconds remaining. This is so strange. Stop the shooting. Damn, overexposed. I'm gonna take off the ND filter and shoot for the sky and try to blend it in afterwards. So now I'm shooting at f8, ISO 100, and 1/8 of a second. I don't know if I can blend it in because my sky is now properly exposed, or I will just only blend in the water because that's silky, got a little bit of reflection onto the water. But then the sky I will leave it like it is, like you can see right now, no silky clouds, but the clouds coming in, a lot of color in the sky. So I just tried it again with the ND filter on it. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. That's it. Life can be so good. Just a man with his camera and some color in the sky, and I'm happy. What a day. Great start of the day. Woohoo. Now shooting for the landscape, so I'm now gonna try to get a nicely lit up exposure of the landscape. I hope you can see this. See, the indicator is telling me the sky is overexposed, but it looks like the landscape is exposed properly, and that's what I want. For the time blending, gonna go for 2 of a second. It's a little bit longer of an exposure, so my sky will be completely blown out. My landscape is perfectly lit. Got some lights from this morning, or from an half an hour ago in the landscape from the houses. We got our silky, beautiful sky with the colors in. I will spin you around, but the sky, look, the colors are already gone. The sun is getting over the horizon, so that means we're gonna get some sunlight into the landscape, and then I'm gonna drive around and wait for the light and try to shoot some other landscape photos. But I don't know if it's gonna be much because I don't have a lot of time, because we're gonna go with the family to the Wolf and Eagle Park, something, I don't know. So super quick shooting this morning. Just took a picture of this mountain, because every time we drive past it, it really catches my eye, because it's a cool looking mountain, but I don't have vantage point here in the surroundings to capture it really cool. So I took the 50mm out, I took it handheld, 50th of a second, ISO 100 at f8, and I used this railway, like a leading line in this picture. Also took one with the Tamron handheld, because we got some low clouds here in the mountains. But the two photos I'm not sure if they're any good. It was like, I need a photo of that mountain, but I'm not feeling super happy with the photo. But at least I got a photo of that mountain. I've got my Tamron 70-300 on the body, and in the landscape there's a small cottage, and it's like a typical woodlands cottage that's there in the landscape, and it's black with white and red. We got a small border of a cloud that's coming through the landscape. I was using my ND filter again, because I wanted to have a longer shutter speed, but the light is already so hard in the landscape that the 7-stop is not enough. First I got my 50mm on the lens. I was just a little bit too far away from the landscape, and I got a piece of the sky above the mountain here, but there's not much going on, so it wasn't super interesting. So I put on the Tamron then, and I'm very close to the mountain, so I just got a smither of the sky above. But then it's all about the cloud coming through the landscape and our small cottage here in the landscape. Because it's the only house here that's really like a woodland house. For me it's special, I never see that, so that's why I'm photographing it. And I photographed this photo in portrait orientation, because in landscape orientation the cloud wasn't coming to its right. I also want to accentuate that house in the landscape to showcase where the house is standing. I got the 70-300 again onto the body because I'm shooting a ruin a little bit further into the landscape, and we got some clouds just coming into the frame. So I'm placing this ruin on the left side of my frame so I can capture a little bit of the clouds coming into the picture on the right side. Here we got this ruin that's catching light from the sunlight. On the right side, sorry, there we got a bit of clouds coming into this frame from the right side, and it was going towards this ruin on this hillside. On this hillside where the ruin is standing, we got some grape plants growing. I don't know how you call it, this piece of land with all the grape plants or grape trees on it. And just with all the shadows, the light that's coming in from the right side also, it's lighting up everything perfectly. So that creates for a bit of depth of field in this picture. Like this morning when I was shooting that little town, the light was, all those little mosquitoes, the light was coming from behind the town, so everything in the front was a little bit flat. But I hope I fixed that with the light blending or the time blending. But in this picture, it's just the light coming in from the right side, making shadows on the left sides of everything. I'm just rambling. I'm really enjoying this photography trip. It's been a long time that I saw a landscape so beautiful like this. It's super nice. And you know what's also nice? Giving a thumbs up for this video. It will help grow this channel. This is gonna be the last stop for this video. We're on the side of the road here. I'm gonna have a look, maybe with the telelens, if there's a last composition that we can shoot. And I already think I saw something. I got the 70 to 300 on his body. I took a horizontal photo, and with the horizontal photo on the right side we got the street leading right into this picture, and where the cars are driving, the light is coming in from the right side, and it's creating for some cool shadows in this landscape. On the left of the road we got the river, the Moezel, leading right into the landscape. On the right side of the Moezel from the river we got my rock that I shot this morning. Finally I have a composition where it's really standing out, where it's not standing out but where it's complete in this landscape. It fits in this picture. I also shot it in portrait mode, and I left out the street. So we got the Moezel, the river flowing through the picture, and on the left side our rock, not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And behind those rocks, behind the mountain, we got the landscape flowing into each other. We got some low clouds going on. The sun is lighting them up. It's just perfect. It's a really nice composition. But I don't know which one I prefer, the landscape or the portrait orientated. I have to look after editing the photos. Let me know what picture that you like. Hope you guys had a great time following along in this landscape photography video in Germany. The light is perfect here in my back, but also I'm not used to the microclimates. Best fit for this composition, because I also want to have the castle really prominent in this picture. There's nothing much more than that mountaintop that's speaking to me.